This is a presentation of the Sports Source Digital Network, presented by Hearthside Bank.
Welcome into the Sports Source Digital Network. I'm John Pennington, joined by John Wilkerson, a man who loves Vanderbilt. So I thought this would be a good guy to have in to chat a little bit about Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia. Went on a podcast this week, and man, did he let it fly. We'll talk about three things. Well, one of them, the first one, I won't even read the quote. He was just talking about we'd be selling ourselves short if we didn't think we could win a national championship. John, they went 7-6 last year. So if they win a national championship at Vanderbilt, hell of a job by Diego Pavia and Clark Lee. But the quotes I want to give you before he gets into the Tennessee stuff, he took some shots at the Big Ten as well, which, okay, I mean, the Big Ten has won 2 national titles in a row. The SEC wasn't involved in either of those finals. So maybe not great for the SEC to be chirping at the moment. But if the SEC is going to chirp, it should probably be Georgia, Texas, not necessarily Vandy. His quote, you want to play with the best. You don't want to play with the Big Ten. You ignore those calls. You know that. So when you're being recruited, you don't even listen to the Big Ten. The SEC is like nothing. Like, okay, the Big Ten, you have Ohio State, Oregon. The SEC, it's week after week. You're going to get beat on. The Big Ten, you're not going to get beat on with the Purdues and Nebraskas. Big talk for a guy who's playing at Vanderbilt.
Right. And as you mentioned, for all of 13 games.
Yeah.
He's got 1 year of this under his belt. So without a doubt, he's somebody who's brash. That has been consistent from the time that he arrived. And, and he's got a reel that he can point to and say, here's a modicum of success.
Yeah.
But I do think that this is where the britches have gotten a touch big in terms of Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I don't despise Vanderbilt. I think they ought to be thrown out of the league because I don't think they're up to par enough, but or often enough. But I don't despise them. So I looked at last year and thought, that's kind of a fun little story. All right, 7-6, nice. Beat Alabama. That's kind of cool. It's good to see them do this occasionally. It beats, again, I would throw them out because you never see this. So doing it once, fine. I just can't believe you're already to the point where you're chirping about it. I mean, they were asking me, he made it sound like they're going to beat Alabama again. It's like, I know you're not going to come out and say we're going to get our tails kicked, but why do you have to chirp like this? I don't get it. And I saw where Outkick the Coverage wrote that don't act like you wouldn't love him, and Barstool loves this kind of stuff. No. I wouldn't like this stuff. I don't like this on my team. I don't like it on your team. I don't like it on any team. I'd rather somebody just go out, whip a man's butt.
Yes.
Act like I knew I'd whip your butt and
right.
Walk off the field. Just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, because are you perhaps going to find a way to beat a team like Georgia State this year, which you didn't do last year? I mean, there are things that you have to just say, okay, well, yeah, that was an outstanding win. Never beaten the number 1 team in the country before, so that was historic without question. And at the same time, it's like, well, what happened on these games? Yeah. I mean, collectively, we were only 8 passes short between us of the numbers that he completed against Tennessee in the last game of the regular season, and the Vols spotted him 14 points.
Right.
So I do think that, yes, I mean, it's one thing to say, boy, really had a lot of fun last year. We're going to be even bigger and better this year. But at the same time, kind of like the best golf carts, there's a pretty significant governor that should be on those. It's just like you can talk about pie in the sky, but at the same time, you are far from Joe Namath sitting poolside with a guarantee.
It strikes me as being very Johnny Manziel. I just wonder if he doesn't emulate Manziel, if he doesn't see, I better make my money right now because I'm not going to get it in the pros. So I better make my money now.
He got the extra year.
He did.
So, but I do think that, right, and what's also, I think, so funny is when you see the clip and he's starting to say these things, the 2 guys he's talking with, I mean, it is a blank stare, and it's like, wow, is he really saying this? Yeah. Is he saying this stuff about not only himself, but also his team? Yeah. And you also have Big Ten representation in terms of that podcast, which I also thought
one
was
of the
quite
guys was from
ironic.
Nebraska. Yeah, it's, what is it, Bussin' with the Boys, I believe is the podcast. You can find it out there. They talked to Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt's quarterback. He also said this. He started talking about the best program in the state of Tennessee. He said, Vanderbilt is going to run Tennessee after this year. like this is going to be the new staple of college football. It's going to happen here at Vanderbilt. Everyone wants to come to Tennessee because of Nashville. They want to come to Nashville, so Vanderbilt. And then when we have the most money in NIL, like, why not come here? We literally just have to win this year, and it'll take care of itself. You didn't win last year over there. So all you have to do is win this year like you won last year. Well, you didn't. The other thing, everyone wants to come to Tennessee because of Nashville. Nashville's booming. It's the Las Vegas of the eastern part of the country. Got it. But I don't know if that means they want to come to Vanderbilt. I know this. UNLV's been on the Vegas Strip, and they can't recruit. Mm-hmm. So the idea that people are going to flock to Vanderbilt because Nashville's cool, don't know about that. Also in this, we make the most money in NIL. We have the most money in NIL. He talked about the fact that he had an SEC school last year offering $4 million. It wouldn't have been Tennessee because when Tennessee lost Nico, it was outside the window for them to transfer. So if you're wondering if it was Tennessee, I don't think it would have been. But somebody offered him $4 million according to him. He said that the coaches said, look, we can pay you, but we'd rather put players around you. Okay, well, if you're having to put caveats, don't tell me you get the most NIL money.
Right.
We've got the most NIL. They would have just given it to you and bought you a team. So the idea that Vanderbilt has more NIL money than anybody else seems a bit out there as well. Your thoughts on Vanderbilt running the state?
Well, we know that when done, they'll have facilities that are better than anyone else's. Yeah, they could seat upwards of 60,000 people, maybe.
That's right.
And I think they're rapidly approaching a 10,000th student when it comes to their enrollment. Yeah, without a doubt. There are limitations that are in place. Now, I will say this. In their programs that have had incredible success, that have reached the top of their respective sports, they've done that in a couple of areas. Yep. But this is something that, without a doubt, is really as much hilarious as it is kind of sad.
Yeah, I just wonder, you think, man, he's just confident. Is he? Or is this maybe a little lack of confidence? I just wonder, people who talk like this, are they trying to pump themselves up a little bit? He can't seriously sit there and think that Vanderbilt is going to run the state of Tennessee. That's just nonsense. I don't care if Vanderbilt has a 11-1 season this year and Tennessee goes 1-11. I got news for you. Over the next 20 years, this will still be Tennessee football that runs this state. Vanderbilt is not going to do that. I mean, you could make a better case that Memphis has been running the state of, and does anybody talk about Memphis? They've been winning for a while now. I think they've been bowl eligible 7 or 8 straight years. I don't hear anybody saying, well, Memphis runs the state of Tennessee. So you may want to go to back-to-back bowls before you start saying stuff like this, at least.
Yeah, or at least perhaps have a majority when it comes to the home field. Because we know that whenever a team comes, whether it be from Tuscaloosa or from Knoxville or wherever, those fans descend upon Vanderbilt Stadium and they take it over. It's almost
everybody likes to go to Nashville.
That's right. and that's why they come. Yeah. Some buy season tickets just so they can throw the others away.
That's right.
To make sure that they've got the ticket they need for their respective games. Yeah. So, but it is a wonderful destination, but it's not one where everybody, this would be like the Chargers saying, oh, look at all the fans in the stands that are here to see us play the Packers. I wonder where all the cheeseheads came from.
Right, yeah. Why are they dressed in green?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a neat little story. He is. Again, if I'm kind of just, I don't despise Vanderbilt.
He raised
personally.
their expectations, and he also took them to a level that they hadn't achieved in some time. They were woeful with Clark
Fun player
Lee.
to watch.
Yes.
I thought he was fun to watch. It was an incredibly amount of impact he had. So why do you make me not like you? Why do you have to talk like this? Just go do this, and then I'll be the one saying it. We'll be talking about it in the media. Go do it, and we can all talk about how you did it. Don't tell me you're going to do it before you do it, because I don't buy it, and I don't think anybody else is buying it either, which is why this has become a national story, just how crazy he is for the stuff he said. And you've also put a target on your back this year. If Alabama walked past you last year, not happening this year. And with talk like this, if Tennessee ever was yawning before a Vanderbilt game, I don't think they're going to be yawning when Vandy rolls into Knoxville this year. So, John Wilkerson, known Vandy hater. Good to have you here. I thought you'd be good for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Hearthside Bank for making all of these things on the Sports Source Digital Network available to you. Be sure to click like if you agree with us that he shouldn't have said all this stuff and he's crazy. Be sure to click subscribe so you'll know when we put more stuff up. Ring the bell. And if you disagree with us, if you like this kind of talk, you guys are just grumpy. This is good stuff. Put it in the comments section. Or if there's something you'd like to see Tennessee do to Diego Pavia, put that in the comments section. Just keep it clean or I'll nuke it. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time on the Sports Source Digital Network.